Good evening, Facebook family and friends. How are you this evening? How's everybody doing this evening? Let me go ahead and check here on my device to see that I am live on the book. And I'm going to check on the YouTube channel too. If you all are following me on YouTube, please check in. Go ahead and leave a comment. Let me know that you're here. Follow me on YouTube. Yep, look like I am live on YouTube. There we go. Technology's doing good. I did have my internet service checked on today, so hopefully we won't be having such a delay like we have had in the past few days. So let's go over to the book and see if we're live. Hey, Tara, babe. Happy Easter. Happy Easter. Diva Styles Accessories is in the house. How you doing, Diva? How was your Easter? Let me know you can hear me good, okay? Diva Styles Accessories. Yep, look like I'm sounding good over here on my end. Praise the Lord. Hopefully the connection is much better than it was. And we can go ahead and have a good live this evening. So happy Resurrection Sunday. I hope and pray that everybody had a wonderful, blessed, and praise-filled day on today. Hopefully everybody got into the house of the Lord or got into some worship service and was able to celebrate Easter and celebrate the risen Savior. All is well. Very good. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you so much for jumping on as usual. So listen, we ain't gonna be on here long, honey, because I know everybody done had a long day. I know I did, honey. I ate dinner and took a nap, honey. I got that itis real bad. Yes, I can hear you. My day was fabulous. How was yours? Mine was fabulous as well, my friend. I cooked dinner and then took a nap. So, girl. Then I watched a movie. Guess what movie I watched? I want to tell y'all. I'm sure all y'all have saw the War Room. So I watched the War Room for like the 50th time. I'm a big crybaby anyway, especially love stories. I'm a crybaby. And then anything to do about the Christianity and Christian movies, it's just they all make me cry. So that's what I did today. So I have had a wonderful day. And thank you for asking, honey. Thank you for asking. So listen, we are going to continue on with our 30 days of money motivation in celebration of Financial Literacy Month. Financial Literacy Month. Okay. So I am going live every single day, giving you all some money motivation like I normally do on Monday evenings, but I'm doing it every day. And we're on day 17. So look at God. He has brought us through 17 days of April. I tell y'all what, the time is flying. Me and Tara was talking about this time flying yesterday. Hey, Teresa. Hey, girl. Hey, thank you for jumping on. So time is flying. We are on day 17. So we are on the downstretch of 30 days of money motivation. Let me see. I screen, but it's still a little slow, So we're going to just push on. So as always, I like to use the Bible as my foundation, as my financial literacy and financial principles background. I use the Bible. So certainly feel and can testimony, just my own testimony, that when you use the Bible and you go by the Bible principles, that your financial situation will be better, your life, anything in your life situation will be better, physically, spiritually, emotionally, and most importantly, financially. Okay. So for those who don't know, you may be catching me for the first time ever, I am Lisa Stringer Bailey. I am the owner and creator of Triple M Money Management Matters. And I help women make more money, save more money, and most importantly, protect that money. And I show women how to protect that money with life insurance. I am a licensed life insurance professional here in the state of Georgia. And I show women how to use life insurance to secure their future, to secure their family's future, to secure their children's future, to protect themselves, to be prepared for those unforeseen things that may happen in the future. And I also teach and educate that life insurance is not just for death anymore, okay? It's for death and for living benefits. It's so many different policies and so many different ways that you can use life insurance now that we just don't know about. So I educate on that. And most importantly, I teach people, that it is a necessity. Okay, life insurance is a necessity and not just something that you get if you have the money for or if you want to. No, this is a necessity. Okay, so I also help women with their budgeting and their money management and show them that, yeah, you have to take the money that you have and allocate it appropriately so that you can afford a life insurance policy and you can afford to save more money. Okay. So the lesson on tonight is right on time with what I always talk about. So I was so happy when I read this. I was like, oh, this is what I've been talking about, all the time. I talk about it all the time. So the title of this devotional that I'm using on the Bible app is called Financial Fitness. So if you want to read along, if you want to look it up yourself, please do, because I encourage people to do their own reading, especially when you're dealing with the Bible. Read the Bible scriptures for yourself, read the devotionals, get your own understanding. And then, if you have questions, absolutely, I'd be glad to discuss it with you. But this information in these devotionals are so plain and clear that, once you read them, you be like, oh, wow, that is just so true. And then you have to be compelled to implement it so you can see some changes in your financial life. Okay. So the devotional is day 17, and the title is Financial Blessings requires careful planning. I love that word, planning, because that's what I do. I show women how to plan their money. In other words, some people call it a budget, but I like to call it a money plan. You're making plans for your money. You're telling your money where to go. You're allocating money in all these in different buckets and different situations, in different areas of your financial life. Okay. So it requires planning. If you want to be financially strong, you need to start writing down what you spend until you know where it's all going. Very important. A lot of people try to keep the numbers in their head. That's all fine and well if you are good at remembering numbers. If you're good at adding and subtraction in your head, on the drop of a dime, that's cool. But from my experience and from past working with industry for over 17 years, I can tell you, people are not good at understanding and planning their money if it's not written down. Okay. A lot of people, especially since, back in the days when the bank would open bank accounts, and this is, I did some of this when I was in banking. We would open banking accounts and we would give you the starter kit of checks, which was maybe one or two checks, and then one or two deposit slips. And then we would give you what we call a ledger. Okay. A lot of people don't know what that ledger for. A lot of people think it's just wasted paper. Well, what's this for? And, toss it to the side. But let me just give you a quick education. That ledger was for you to write down down all your deposits, that's all the money you put into the bank, and subtract out all the checks that you've written. Okay? Subtract out all the debits that you did on the debit card. Now listen, let me just plug this in right here. I feel that the what I'm trying to say, the debit card has really been a detriment or has destroyed the whole balance in our checkbook situation, because we can swipe that debit card and we'll forget all about we've swiped it, and then the money's coming out of our account and it's not accounted for because we can quickly swipe it, but we don't quickly write it down. Okay. Just a little a point there about how it's so important to write down. Start writing down what you spend. Okay. This is called the I Am an Accountant by degree. Okay. A balance sheet is all your assets and all your liabilities. That's the business language. But in your personal life, your balance sheet or your money that's coming in, that's your income. That's money coming in, and then money going out is your expenses. Okay. So that's the principle of accounting, writing it down. You've got to keep track of your finances, point blank, period. Okay. It says it in the book. Here we go. Proverbs 21:5. Proverbs 21:5 says, plan carefully and you will have plenty. Okay. God is telling us already. This is from biblical days. We got to plan ahead for our future. That's where savings, investing, and life insurance come into play in your money plan. Okay. You got to plan ahead so you will have plenty in the future. Okay. If you don't have plenty, you're not planning carefully. Okay. You don't have anybody to blame but yourself. So once we get that in our heads and get a reality and acknowledge that we're not planning our money, and we start to do so, we will see a big difference. Emergence, say a lot of financial professionals will tell you you should have 6 months to 12 months worth of money saved, put away for an emergency situation. If you was to lose your job, if you was to get sick, if you was to have an accident, if you was to have any kind of a medical or what we call this, the weather disasters, tornadoes, flooding, any type of thing like that, where you might lose all your personal belongings or all your food, maybe your electricity goes out. And so all your food is ruined and you need money to go buy food. I mean, it's just a million and one things that you could have an emergency for, but you have to have something put aside to be able to take care of it. Everybody gets laid off. Okay. Yep. You never know, your job might say, well, we don't need you no more. We cutting back, we have to cut expenses. So then they start cutting jobs. Everybody gets laid off or has an unexpected expense. The difference between the people who make it through and those who don't is how they plan for their emergencies. If you don't expect them, of course, you're going to be devastated by them. So if you don't have an emergency fund, if you don't have money set aside for these emergencies, it's devastating, because what do we do? The number one thing that we try to do is we'll put it on a credit card. We'll go into debt for it because it's something that we have got to take care of, which is understandable. But then there's another problem. You're just covering up one problem with another problem. And the other problem is getting into debt. Have you ever made it to the end of the month and wondered, where did all my money go? I think I said this the other day. We always say, God, where did all my money go? When you look in your account, it's like you ain't got but a couple of dollars, right? Where did all my money go? This is ignorance of your financial condition plus any credit equals disaster, plus easy credit. That's what he says. Easy credit. That's how easily we can get a credit card. I remember when I first got out of high school and started into the military, I had about 10 different credit cards, okay? Because they was just so easy to get, especially in the military, because they just knew they was going to get their money. Because if we didn't pay it, they're going to go straight to the human resources of the Department of Defense and tell them that this soldier or I was a sailor, I was in the Navy, that this sailor ain't paying their money, and they would quickly pull the money right out of our pay. So it was easy to get credit cards. So ignorance, that was very ignorant at that time, because I did not know better. I didn't know it wasn't good to have, 4 or 5 or 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 credit cards and then charge up all of them and then wonder how I can't get them all paid. Oh, it was a mess. So that's what I'm trying to really prevent people from doing that, especially our younger generation. So we got to teach them that easy credit is not really easy credit. It can equal disaster. Okay. We've heard the phrase money talks. Okay. People say money talks. We hear that all the time, but really it does not. It just walks. It walks right out of our pockets, right out of our checking accounts, and we don't even know where it's been because it just goes so quickly. It goes so quickly. And it doesn't tell you where it's going, because if you don't write it down, the money ain't going to tell you where it's going, okay? And it's just going to be gone. So you have to keep good records so you know where your money is going. So here you need to know what you own, That's your home, your cars, any type of tangible thing that you're buying, your equipment, lawnmowers, whatever you own in your household or in your personal life, purses, jewelry, things like that. What you owe now, how much do you owe on these things? Our biggest debt is our house if we own a house, but we always want to know how much we owe on that house. Then our second one is probably our cars. We want to know how much we owe on that car. So then you want to know what you earn, how much money you got coming in, what's your paycheck looking like. If you have a side hustle, you got extra money coming in, you got money coming in from, let's just say alimony or child support or things like that. You need to know all the money that you got coming in. And then number 4 is you need to know where it's going. Okay. Say it all the time. Where is my money going? There are several ways to budget, and I call it a money plan. And you need to figure out which one is best for you. Okay. You need to go online, get into your bank, get into your accountant's office, or get into your books, whatever it takes to get on track and understand your money so that it works for you and not against you. Okay. So we have got to work our money. A lot of financial professionals would say, you need to learn how money works. We got to learn how money works. We got to learn the economy. We got to learn what inflation means. We got to learn what consumer price index means. We got to learn about the investments and how things that's happening in the world affects the investments, and then how the politics affects the economy, and then your money. It's a whole thing. But the more we know, the better we can do. Okay. So we just have to get some education, get some knowledge. And then, a lot of people don't like to deal with their money. And that's fine too. But that's where I come in. I can help you. I can partner with you with your money and help you keep track of it. I remember when I was working at the bank, I had this one gentleman. He was a wealthy gentleman. He had money. He had his own business, but he just did not like to keep track of his money. So he had lots of money coming in, but he had lots of money going out. So he was always on that borderline of being overdrawn. And sometimes he would overdraw, but it's because he did not have the time to sit there and look at his books often. So I've kind of talked to him about hiring a bookkeeper. You can hire a bookkeeper, you can hire an accountant to help you with your finances, and you can hire a money manager or a financial planner. And that's kind of what I do. So you just have to shop around, because it is an investment. It is a fee for a lot of these services. But I pride myself on being kind of reasonable for my with my fees, because I want to help people. I'm not trying to get rich off of people. So that's a plug for my business and service, that I am very reasonable, and I'm just here to help and partner with you to get you on the right track. So let's look at Proverbs 23:5. Proverbs 23:5 says, your money can be gone in a flash, as if it had grown wings and flew away like an eagle. Okay. That's a pretty descriptive picture. If you don't know where your money is going, it's just going to fly away like an eagle. Okay. It's just going all over town. Don't know where it's at. So let's look at the NIV version. Proverbs 21:5. This is in the NIV, says the plans of the diligent leads to profit. Okay, so you got to be diligent with your money. You got to be consistent with planning your money. You got to take some time. I tell y'all all the time, make a plan for your money. Sit down and have a date. Pick out a day. If it's every Friday that you get paid, set aside an hour that Friday and say, this is what I'm doing. I'm planning my money. I'm putting it here, I'm putting it there, I'm putting it everywhere. And then a lot of times you can set it and forget it. You can set it up on direct deposits or ACH or EFT, and the money just automatically goes where you need it to go. So that's an option too. And that's being diligent. And that's going to lead to profit. That's going to lead to more income. That's going to lead to up leveling in your finances. You're going to have more money in your household to use and to use efficiently. So as surely as haste leads to poverty. So if you're being lazy with your money, if you're not taking the time out with your money, if you're not making a money plan, then that's going to lead to poverty. That's going to lead to poverty. That's going to lead to living paycheck to paycheck. That's going to lead to wondering where your money at. Where my money at? Right? So I like that Proverbs 21:5. Y'all remember that one and study it. Proverbs 21:5. Let's look at Proverbs 23:5. Cast but a glance at riches, and they are gone, for they will surely sprout wings. And that's the NIV version of Proverbs 23. Watching our money just fly away because we're being reckless and we're not planning it, and we're just just letting it do what it do, swiping that debit card all the time. So those are some great tips. Thank you, Tara. So that's day 17. That's day 17. So it's all about the planning. That's why I say I love that one so much, because I talk so much about planning our money. That's the only way that I can see. That's what I had to do. I had to really start planning, sitting down, writing it out. It ain't nothing wrong with writing it out. You can get you a budget book. You can get you a journal. You can get you a notebook. It don't matter. Just long as you are writing it down and you are seeing where your money go, because it's something about that visual. When you see it down on paper, it makes you think. It makes it become real. It makes you have a connection, a visual connection with your money. And I think that is so very important. Okay. So thank you, Tara. Thank you. So thank you all for joining me this evening. I hope and pray something I said was helpful to you. And listen, we are going to continue on with this next week, for the next 2 weeks, and see what else financial fitness says for these next. Well, we ain't got, but let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 more days on this one, because it's just 21 days. And then after that, we're going to go into some actual financial literacy tips that I'm going to share with you guys for the upcoming month. So stay tuned. So thank you again for joining me. If anybody catching this on the replay, honey, go ahead and hit that hashtag replay. Let me know that you came through so I can properly thank you for your support and for watching my videos. And listen, if I can do anything for you, if you want to chat with me, I put my calendar link in the description. Go ahead and set some time on my calendar. Let's chat. Let's see how I can help you plan your money better. And most importantly, if you don't have a life insurance policy in place, please let me help you get that set up for sure. Okay. So I am here to help and partner with you on your financial journey. So thank you so much. Good night, Miss Sheila. Thank you for jumping in. I see you, honey. I see you. Thank you so much. So you all have a great night, and God's will, I will see you all tomorrow.